So you're out there living your life as a person and you're just having a grand old time. But one day you look up and you realize, man, there are a lot of people wherever I go. I go to the mall and there are people there. I go to the bank, more people. I go to the beach and lo and behold, there are people everywhere. Even when I go home, wouldn't you guess it, I can't get away from people because they're there as well. I start to realize that, man, no matter where I go in this life, I cannot escape people. And if you're like me, eventually you start to ask yourself, how should I be interacting with all these people that I'm always around? How should I treat those people? I think all of us want to know how we should treat people because we want to be treated well and we want to treat others well. Now, you all know me. On my videos, you know I like to talk to two different audiences. The first audience is the group of people who are not disciples of Jesus Christ, but they have a certain level of curiosity. Maybe you would like to know how believers or disciples should treat other people in this world. And as a disciple, you want to know, how can I do it well? How can I do it better? How can I interact with the people around me? And so as disciples of Jesus Christ, whenever we have a question about how we should treat people, we can always go to the Bible and find wisdom. And the cool thing is, when you go to the Bible, you'll start to come across a few passages that have a very interesting word in them. And so you read a Bible verse like 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 17, which says that we should honor all people. We should have love for the brotherhood, and we should honor the emperor. You might read something like Exodus chapter 20, verse 12, which says, honor your mother and your father so that you can live a long life. And you'll even come across passages like Romans chapter 12, verse 10, which says that we should have so much love for our brothers and our sisters that we should honor them above honoring ourselves. And so we can see that this word honor plays a key role in how we treat and interact with people. But unfortunately, the Bible never explicitly tells us what honor is. And so maybe it's just my lazy bone, but I would have loved to just read a one Bible verse that says this is honor. It's not the case, so I had to go dig through a couple of lexicons, dig through a couple of podcasts to figure out what the Bible has to say about honor and its actual meaning. And the most effective definition that I could come up with was this. Honor, to honor somebody is to highlight, illuminate, and celebrate somebody's God-given value. To honor somebody, you highlight, illuminate, and celebrate their God-given value. Now that's what you do when you're honoring somebody, but the follow-up question, obvious one, would be, how do we highlight, illuminate, or celebrate somebody's God-given value? And this is really cool because you can be really, really, really creative in how you do these things. You can honor somebody, highlight or illuminate something about them by paying them a compliment. Simply saying hey to them when you see them. When you enter a room, when you go somewhere, simply saying hey goes a long way. You could take them out to dinner or take them out to lunch. You could throw them a big party to celebrate some amazing accomplishment from them. You could give them a gift. You could tell them how you really feel about a situation, or you could ask them how they feel about something or somebody. You could call them up and just have a conversation with them. Honoring people, it's a really fluid thing, and it's really, really, really meaningful. When you honor somebody, you're highlighting something that God gave them. And so you're bringing attention to, man, I love how you gave that gift to such and such and so and so. That was a really, really cool thing that you did. To me, it shows that you really care about them. When you are illuminating something, you are making it bright and bold and big. And so you are letting people know that this is something that is worthy of being noticed for the good. And when you celebrate somebody's God-given value, you can throw them some amazing graduation or birthday party, letting them know that this and you are worthy of being celebrated. Honoring somebody happens on a communal level. And so you can honor yourself, but honor being given or giving honor happens in community. And so all of these things happen so that we can let other people know how much they mean, not only to us, but how much they mean to God Himself. True honor is recognizing what God put in someone and celebrating that, highlighting that, and illuminating that to the best of our ability. And as you keep walking with the Lord as a disciple of Jesus Christ, you'll remember Bible verses like, as you treat the least of these, so you've treated me. Jesus says that the way you treat the least among you is how you treat me. And Jesus also said that the second greatest command is to love your neighbor as yourself. The first is to love God with all of your heart, soul, and strength, and the second is to love your neighbor as yourself. In other words, how you treat people is how you treat God. And so if you ever wanted to put a smile on God's face, all you need to do is try to put a smile on somebody else's face in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Honoring people is an amazing way to honor God. And I would even go so far as to say that the second greatest way that you could glorify God is by honoring the people around you. And so that's what I believe, that honor is the second greatest way you can glorify God. Now, if you all would like to know what I believe the first greatest way you can honor God is, you gotta let me know in the comment section. And if I get enough people, I'll be more than happy. If I get enough people commenting, I'll be more than happy to create that video as well. But in the meantime, I want you to have an absolutely amazing time being creative in ways you can honor those around you. And as you're honoring people, remember that surrendering to Jesus isn't just a one-time big decision, but a lifetime of intentional choices. God bless you and have a wonderful time honoring the people in your sphere of influence.